Dear all, I welcome you all for the lecture session Waste Disposal. This is Dr. N. Ramesh, Professor Civil K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. Disposal. What is disposal? What is the definition of disposal? It is the final element in the solid waste management system, in the waste minimization system. The semi-solid or solid matters created by human or animal beings which are useless and hazardous are disposed in the landfill. Most common disposal options uncontrolled dumping or non engineered disposal, sanitary landfill, composting, incineration, gasification, refuse derived fuel, pyrolysis. What are the methods of waste disposal? You are seeing the six photos here. First one is landfill, second one is incineration, third one is waste compaction, fourth one is biogas generation, fifth one is composting, and the sixth one is vermicomposting. So different options are given. Landfill, which is the final option of waste material. So very few landfills are available in our state, in metropolitan cities. There is no more processing is possible. There is no more options, no more choice means landfill is the only option. We are going to be dumping the waste in the landfill. Incineration is also one of the process. So the infectious waste or biomedical waste or this type of waste is going to be incinerated or chemical wastage like that. And waste compaction. So if the wastage is very huge in amount like mountains like hills, so these waste are going to be compacted in the compaction machine or shredding machine. It is taking as bales and finally its size is reduced and we can take it for the landfilling or some other recycling purpose or paving of road or any other purpose. Nowadays that technologies are upcoming in Tirupur or somewhere. So they are taking the waste into jerkin or and used as the making into covers and covers or plastic sheets for various purpose, lengthy plastic sheets like that for covering the bigger areas like that. So it is the method. So biogas generation also it is a famous method that biodegradable waste taken into the biodegradable bin and go for anaerobic conditions. It is the methanogenic bacteria and methanosarcina, methanoseta and bacteria are involved and acidogenesis and methanogenesis different process are going after the 24 to 48 days the wastage is converted into the biogas. This biogas used for the used to produce the electricity as well as it is used as a fuel for roasting the cereals or everything and for the domestic purpose. Nowadays that small biogas bins to big biogas tanks are available. The bottling technologies are also available to taking the way to transport the fuel into one place to another place is the good option is coming. Composting, everyone knows it is like a pit composting and windrow composting, everything. So the pit composting is the very oldest method. The vermicomposting, the different type of worms, particularly the nativity worms, is taking the more wastages as a consumption. Finally, it is the good value of the manure which is used for the agriculture. We are getting the good yield of fruits and vegetables, and which is not affect the soil. It is one of the very good method which is practicing nowadays in municipal dumping yards and treatment of industrial waste and everything. The landfill or sanitary landfill. Various gases generated in the landfill is methane 50 to 60 percentage, carbon dioxide 30 to 40 percentage, oxygen, nitrogen. The purpose of landfilling is to bury or alter the chemical composition of the waste so that they do not pose any threat to the environment or public health. Landfills are not homogeneous and are usually made up of cells in which a discrete volume of waste is kept isolated from adjacent waste cells by a suitable barrier. It is a modern landfill is shown in the figure. So in the trash and there is wastage is dumping where the place is the dumping and the clay cap which is used to take the gases away and a methane gas recovery system and a leachate treatment system. Everything is clearly indicated in the figure. Here, so if the garbage is there, if the rain are coming, the contaminated water is taken for the separate treatment. It is the landfill closure is shown in. It is like a mountain like this. That wastage is inside, but which is should not affect the groundwater. It should not contaminating the soil. So the site selection is very important in the landfill sites. It is an infiltration of water in the garbage. So it should be properly handled and managed and treated. So here the uh, one of the chart is given for the how to managing the waste using the survey. That is a field survey or GPS, Google Earth, and data sources like how to select the land elevation slope, thematic layers, and surface temperature built up index, vegetation index, soil moisture index. So we are using the satellite images and how to make the thematic layers and methodology. We are using the fuzzy logic analytic or hierarchy process or machine learning, and sanitary landfill site monitoring is nowadays it is the art, one of the art which is using the software sanitary landfill suitability map SLSSM double SSM accuracy assessment using the AUC ROC like a model variation model validation also technology is available because we are taking the randomly hospital waste as well as the very bigger area is choosing how to managing the one of the biggest city or metropolitan cities wastage. So which we are using through the satellite images. It is very much important. We are using the gas monitoring as well as everything using the system CO2, O2, CH4, everything. It is a temporary cover system, sanitary waste. It is how we are managing the groundwater contamination and everything. Nowadays, it is automatic systems are available using the software and satellite systems. Landfill operation issues, general important issues to be looked into regard are land requirements, types of waste that are handled, evaluation of seepage potential, design of drainage and seepage control facilities, development of general operation plan, design of solid waste filling plan, determination of equipment requirements. Trench method ideally suited to or as where an adequate depth of cover material is available at the site and the water table is not near the surface. Solid waste are placed in cells, trenches excavated in the soil. Soil excavated from the site issued for daily and final cover. Excavated cells are lined with synthetic membrane liners, low permeability clay, combination of two to limit the movement of landfill gas and leachate. Area method used when terrain is unsuitable for excavation of cells, trenches, and groundwater table is high. Site preparation includes installation of liners and leachate management system. Cover material must be obtained from adjacent land, burrow, pit areas. Since there is limited material for covering, compost, and boundaries, and has been utilized as intermediate cover material. Temporary cover material of soil and geosynthetic blankets placed temporarily over completed cell and removed before the next lift is began. Leachate generation may occur and may difficult may to control. So here there is a diagram. You are seeing that the very biggest area of solid waste management system, you are seeing the, it is automatic conveyors are carrying the wastage, and it is and it is split into that organic waste and inorganic waste, as well as the plastic waste and air classification system and segregation shredder system. Everything is taken, and finally some wastes are taken for recycling. The remaining waste are go for the landfilling. The methods of landfilling: trench method, area method. Each and every method has some advantages and disadvantages. Okay, here trench method is that there is a lot of trenches are taken, and it is like a small box by box, like a trench. And the area method is like that, is one area is marked and here marked, and after that another area is taken for the this process. It is the but other process are same. The final earth cover, daily earth cover, original ground, and the compacted solid waste, more or less same. And we are taken by the area by area. Here we are taking like a trench in this method of landfilling. So here the finally, after the land filling, we are taking the beautiful top layer, which is taken as a like a park, because covered soil, cover vegetation, top soil. Waste is lying at the bottom. It is a compacted clay liner are given at the bottommost layer, and leachate collection pipe system and geomembrane liner to avoid the leakages to protect the ground. It is a filter geotextile also placed. Advantages of landfilling: it is the incineration is the costly process. Residue repair, it is for the disposal on land. Composting is a seasonal option. It is not possible to reclaim and recycle all solid waste material. Thus, landfilling is a convenient option. Disadvantages: difficult to find suitable site within economically feasible distance. It is not possible to build a completely safe and secured solid waste landfill. Some of the pollutants may escape in the environment in the form of leachate. Potential harm to public health due to air, soil, water, and noise pollution, damage to local ecosystem, and public may be opposed. Design and construction: liners, secure landfill, use multiple layers of liners to prevent waste from leaking into the environment. Here, secured hazardous waste landfill is shown in the figure. It is bulk waste is there, gas vent, topsoil and earth and the plastic cover and the sand and impervious clay, and everything is properly laying, and the clay cap is there, and protection of groundwater, double leachate collection system and plastic double liner system. Radioactive wastage also taken for the consideration in the landfill. The leak detection system also there, and the groundwater monitoring well is going to be monitoring for the proper landfilling. Thank you for watching.